Welcome to a walkthrough of Daryl and Jennifer's lights on 9th Street. So we have a 6-yard display, and this is our primary yard, our house. And then we have our neighbors. And then we spawn across the street. We have 3 other duplexes. And we have another neighbor's yard for a total of 6 yards. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about our setup. So over here, our first neighbor's yard, we have 16 mini trees, 3 colors using the Minlin Lynx Express controllers. And then our yard, on the walls, we have 160 stars on the black walls, running SanDevice E682. On the ground, we have 30 Coro stars. Then we have 8 candy cane pixels. And then we have a mega tree with 3 different colors, red, green, blue, 16 channels vertically. And then we have another wall of stars, another 160 stars. A pixel tree by Geek My Tree, and as you can see, we're having a little bit of problem with that. Then we have, in our neighbor's yard, 4 candy canes, 4 columns, each with 16 pixels. On the ground, we have 100 ground stars, and on the walls, we have 120 more stars. We connect wirelessly over to the neighbors' yards. They each have at least 1 lower controller with an easy light linker. Each yard has at least 16 white channels, and we'll go through that in a moment. So over here, the Minlin Express controllers control the 3 different colors on the mini trees. And as you can see, we're sequencing right now. It's going through a test run. And so we've hidden the 2 controllers for 10 of the trees behind this fence. Then there's the 3rd controller for the 3rd color, and it's just hidden with the black garbage can. Our wall of stars are all done on panels, easily put up and easily taken down. Each panel has 20 stars, and then they interconnect on the back with each other. So you can remove a panel and stack the panels on top of each other, and you basically get an 8-foot tall wall of stars vertically. We also use the Holiday Coro ground stars. Over in my yard, we have 30 right now. We also use the Holiday Coro candy cane cutouts, and they're probably one of our better features, I think. And then again, you see our mega tree. We've got 3 Minlin controllers at the base of the tree, and we have 1 Lightorama controller controlling all the white aspects, the stars and the snowflakes and globe. And so the wall of stars behind it is controlled by another E682. And so I'll show you the 682 setup. So our 682s are in waterproof boxes. They're hidden behind the wall. They have their power connections and their data connections going into them, and they're pretty much sealed against harsh weather. We have some lower controllers here. The 2 garbage cans on the left are lower controllers, one with an easy light linker which connects to our next door neighbors. And then the 3rd can from the left is a DMX bridge to control the Minlin Lynx Express controllers. Underneath this black stand is the 3 Minlin Lynx Express controllers. And so let me give you a shot of behind the wall. So this is how the wall of stars is. You have individually connected stars, and then down at the base of the wall we have each segment of the wall connected together. It injects power into the setup, so we're actually injecting power on both sides of each segments of walls. And then each star can be replaced just by undoing the pigtails. And as you can see, here's another example of us spanning a corner where you can see where the two segments are connected together. And then there's the whole back. It's all ran by one SAN device 682 in that box. And as you can see, we can actually have the 682 spanning out to one wall segment, which feeds the rest of them, and then off to the candy canes to do their color. So this is how we do power management. Everything plugs in through this temporary mount, and then it actually runs up and goes up to our outlet. So here's some more of the wall. Here's the Geek My Tree setup. Here's some regular snowflakes just powered off of a lower controller. Off to my right, you can see the 682, and under the garbage can is another lower controller. This is another example of the wall panels. Notice the holes in the wall of the one on the left. We use that to allow wind to blow through it because we did have problems with this segment blowing over during high winds. And then here's another example of the walls. So here's an example of the Holiday Coro candy cane. And notice next to it we have a column. And these columns have 16 pixels and are divided just like the candy canes. They're just vertical instead of bent. So in this yard, we actually have 100, a 10 by 10 matrix of the ground stars. So going across the street, our first duplex, we kept very simple because they're the newest to the display this year. And they had candy canes and snowflakes on their fence posts, a couple trees, and then they outlined the duplex top. The middle duplex has incandescent trees and gingerbread men and gumdrops. And there you go, you can see some color with the gumdrops right there. The gumdrops are actually plant covers that have been frosted with glue and glitter. The gingerbread men were actually Winco snack trays. Our third yard was 16 different types of trees and bushes, cool white, and some stars and balls added in. One of the features that we like about this yard is that we've hung some snowflakes and balls inside one of the trees, and it's got its own pattern for most of the sequences. And that kind of concludes the basic outline of our 6-house display. We're spending just a little bit over 6 universes. We have one lower controller at least in each yard, and a couple of the Lynx Express controllers controlling different things.